Hey there. I hope you're having a blessed day. You know those moments when everything feels overwhelming, and you just wish someone would step in and take care of it all? We all face times when our problems seem bigger than our strength to handle them. Maybe you're dealing with that right now, bills piling up, relationships getting complicated, or just feeling stuck in a situation that doesn't seem to have a way out. I understand that feeling. When life gets tough, it's natural to wonder where to turn. Sometimes we carry burdens that feel too heavy, trying to figure everything out on our own. But here's the beautiful thing about faith: we don't have to carry these weights alone. Today's message is about learning to let go and trust in a higher power. It's about finding peace in knowing that we don't have to have all the answers. We're going to explore what it means to truly trust and how this simple act can transform our perspective on life's challenges. Before we begin this journey together, take a moment to join our community of believers who support each other daily. Hit that subscribe button if you'd like to receive more uplifting messages like this one. And if you're feeling grateful today, share your blessings in the comments below. Sometimes just counting our blessings can lift our spirits. Let's begin this moment of reflection together. Life isn't always easy, is it? Sometimes it feels like we're carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders. Maybe you're sitting there right now, worried about something that seems impossible to solve. Perhaps it's a decision you need to make, or a situation that's keeping you up at night. We all have those moments when we try to control everything, plan every detail, and figure out all the solutions by ourselves. It's exhausting, isn't it? But you know what? Sometimes the bravest thing we can do is admit that we need help and learn to let go. The beautiful thing about faith is that it gives us permission to release our grip on things we can't control. It reminds us that we're not alone in our struggles, and that's exactly what we're going to talk about today. There's this powerful story in the Bible that really speaks to what many of us are going through. In Matthew 11 verses 28 to 30, Jesus says something really beautiful. He says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Isn't that exactly what we need sometimes? Just rest from all our worrying and trying to figure everything out. Think about Peter walking on water. You probably know the story. He was doing fine until he started looking at the storms around him instead of keeping his eyes on Jesus. The moment he tried to handle things by himself, that's when he started sinking. But here's the amazing part: when he reached out his hand and called for help, Jesus was right there to lift him up. This reminds us that we don't have to be strong all the time. Even King David, who was this incredible warrior and leader, wrote in Psalms about casting his cares upon the Lord. He understood something we often forget, that true strength sometimes means being willing to let someone else take the wheel. These aren't just nice stories from long ago. They're reminders that it's okay to not have everything figured out. They show us that there's peace in letting go and trusting that we're cared for, even when we can't see the whole picture. Now, let's take a moment to quiet our minds and open our hearts. Find a comfortable spot where you can really focus. Take a deep breath, let go of the stress of the day, the worry about tomorrow, and just be present in this moment. Remember, prayer isn't about having the right words or following a perfect formula. It's about being honest and real about where we are and what we're feeling. As we prepare to pray together, let's put aside our phones, close our eyes if we can, and create a space where we can really listen and connect. This is your moment to release those burdens you've been carrying. Whatever's been keeping you up at night, whatever decisions you're struggling with, we're going to hand them over together. Loving Father, as we come before you today, our hearts are full of gratitude for your constant presence in our lives. Even in the midst of our struggles, you've given us the air we breathe, the strength to face each day, and countless moments of grace we often overlook. Thank you for the simple blessings, for morning light that reminds us of new beginnings, for the people who stand by us even when times get tough, and for the inner strength you've placed within us that sometimes surprises us when we need it most. We're especially thankful for your patience with us when we try to carry everything on our own shoulders. You've shown us time and time again that we can trust you, yet we still sometimes hold on too tightly to things we should release. Thank you for understanding our human nature and loving us through our moments of doubt and uncertainty. Lord, we bring before you now every situation that's weighing heavy on our hearts. You see the financial pressures that keep us awake at night, the relationships that need healing, and the decisions that seem too big for us to make alone. We lift up those medical test results we're waiting for, the job interviews we're preparing for, and the family situations that need your divine intervention. Guide us through these challenging times. When doors seem closed, help us trust that you're either protecting us or preparing something better. In moments when we feel overwhelmed by responsibility, remind us that we can share our burdens with you. For those of us struggling with loneliness, surround us with your comforting presence and bring the right people into our lives. We choose to release our grip on the things we've been trying to control. Just as a child trusts their parent to catch them, we're learning to fall back into your arms. Replace our anxiety with your peace, our confusion with your wisdom, and our fear with your perfect love. Help us understand that letting go doesn't mean giving up, it means trusting you to work things out in ways we might not have imagined. Father, we stand on your promises today. Your word tells us that you work all things together for good, even when we can't see how. We believe that you're already moving in situations that seem impossible to us. You're opening doors we can't see yet, arranging circumstances beyond our understanding, and preparing answers to prayers we haven't even thought to pray. We declare our trust in your timing and your ways. When obstacles appear insurmountable, we choose to remember how you've been faithful in the past. Every sunrise reminds us that you keep your promises. Every breath we take is evidence of your ongoing care. We trust that you're working even when we can't see movement, leading even when the path seems unclear. Let this be a turning point in our lives, a moment when we truly begin to understand what it means to let you handle our concerns. Help us resist the urge to take back what we've given to you. Teach us to rest in your promises, to walk in your strength, and to trust in your unfailing love. Show us how to live with open hands and peaceful hearts, knowing that you are in control. As we go forward from this moment, fill us with a deep sense of your presence. Let your peace guard our hearts and minds, keeping us steady when circumstances try to shake us. Give us wisdom to recognize your guidance and courage to follow where you lead. Help us remember that no situation is too small for your attention or too complex for your wisdom. Take a moment right now to picture yourself releasing those heavy burdens you've been carrying. Like letting go of a handful of balloons, watch them float up and away as you entrust them to greater hands. Feel the lightness in your shoulders, the easing of that tension you've been holding onto for so long. Remember how it feels when someone you trust completely says, "I've got this." That's exactly what's happening right now. You don't have to figure everything out alone anymore. Think about times in your past when things seemed impossible, yet somehow worked out. Those weren't coincidences, they were evidence of a greater plan unfolding. Picture yourself walking forward on your path, but this time with a lighter step. The problems haven't disappeared, but they're not yours to carry alone anymore. Instead of seeing obstacles as walls, try to see them as stepping stones leading you to something better. That financial situation that's been keeping you up at night? It's an opportunity to witness provision in unexpected ways. That relationship that's causing you pain? It's teaching you strength and wisdom you never knew you had. Let yourself feel the peace that comes with knowing you're supported. It's like standing in a gentle stream, instead of fighting against the current, you're learning to move with it, trusting the flow to take you where you need to go. The worry lines on your forehead can soften now. Those tense muscles in your shoulders can relax. You're not letting go of responsibility, you're sharing it with someone stronger. See yourself moving through your day differently now. When challenges arise, picture yourself taking a deep breath and remembering this moment. You have a choice, you can either grip tighter and struggle alone, or you can open your hands and trust. Watch how this simple shift changes everything, how solutions appear when you stop forcing them, how peace finds you when you stop chasing it. Think about a time when you were a child and someone you trusted completely took care of a problem for you. Remember that feeling of relief, of knowing everything would be okay because someone bigger and stronger was handling it? That's available to you right now. You can be strong and capable while still accepting help. You can be wise while admitting you don't have all the answers. As you go about your day, carry this image with you: open hands, lifted burdens, and a heart at peace. Let it remind you that you're not alone in this journey. Every time worry tries to creep back in, return to this moment and remember, you don't have to handle everything by yourself anymore. If today's message has touched your heart and given you a sense of peace, I'd love for you to be part of spreading this hope to others. Sometimes, all it takes is one person sharing their story to help someone else find their way through a difficult time. Take a moment to leave a comment below sharing a time when letting go of control actually led to something beautiful in your life. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Even something as simple as, "I'm choosing to trust," can encourage another person who's struggling. If you found peace in this message, hit that like button and share it with someone who might need these words today. You never know who in your circle is silently carrying heavy burdens and needs to be reminded that they don't have to handle everything alone. And if you want to stay connected with our community of believers who support each other through life's ups and downs, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Together, we can create a space where it's okay to not be okay, and where we can remind each other of the peace that comes with letting go. As we wrap up our time together, remember that this journey of trust is just beginning. Every morning brings a new opportunity to practice letting go and finding peace. You're stronger than you think, braver than you know, and more loved than you can imagine. Keep your heart open to the wonderful ways your situation might be worked out, ways you haven't even thought of yet. Sometimes the most beautiful blessings come wrapped in unexpected packages. Stay hopeful, stay faithful, and know that you're not walking this path alone. Before you go, take a look at our other videos filled with messages of hope and encouragement. Each one is created with you in mind, to help you find strength and peace for whatever you're facing. Until next time, may you feel peace in your heart and hope in your spirit. Remember, you don't have to handle it all, just take the next step and trust that you're being guided.